So I've been working on the fight between Shanks and Kaido. Man, I love animation so goddamn much that whenever I watch really good animation, it makes me want to animate, okay? And I have so many unfinished projects that I think for once I need to finish an actual project, and this is the one I've chosen to complete. I'm not a professional artist, I'm not a professional animator, but I think I'm pretty decent actually. So I'm gonna go out in a bit, but I'm gonna be doing my animation outside in the library and maybe in the gym.
All right, can you just explain what's going on here?
Thank you. I have no idea.
Okay, now what I want to do here is add some scales because I separated a singular frame and I drew the scales on that frame while the onion effect was on. Onion effect allows me to see the previous layer, and I really like the way the scales looked on Kaido. At first, I was just gonna do some shading and then maybe do some After Effects because I was trying to be lazy basically. But after I added the frames, sorry, not the frames, after I added the scales, I really liked the way they looked. So what I did was I created 3 separate frames, drew some scales on it, and I made the scales a little bit different in each frame so that when the animation is in motion, the frames wouldn't look too static. Because if it's just one drawing throughout the entire scene, the frames are just gonna be still, and that will be very obvious to the viewer. So to avoid that, I made sure I put in 3 separate frames of the scales. And also, if you look at Kaido's tail, when it's moving up and down, I have to match the scales to the tail. If I don't do that, it's gonna be weird that his body has scales, but then his tail doesn't have scales. That's gonna look very freaking weird. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for a bit, and when I finish it, I'm gonna play it, and we're gonna see how that looks. Okay, before I show you what it looks like with the scales on, let me show you how far we've progressed. So as you can see here, it's all the same scene, but you can obviously see how we've progressed from adding the color to improving the art itself, the fluidity of the animation, the compositing. Uh, it's just a nice progression, and honestly, I never thought I'd be able to get this far. It was just a dream in my head, really, just an idea, but to actually see it, uh, I'm actually kind of impressed with myself. However, though, I wish I wasn't using Flipperclip. I wish I was using Procreate, but my laptop cannot handle downloading Procreate. So until I get a better laptop, I'm stuck with Flipperclip for now. Finally, I'm done. So this is what Kaido looks like with scales in this scene. I like it actually, so I think I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna move on. Next, I just want to show you how I do my wind effects. So for this scene specifically, it was actually very easy. It looks very complicated, but it was actually quite easy for me to do these wind effects. So I used the circle thing. I don't know what I don't know what the actual name for it is, but I used that particularly to get a certain shape for the wind. So I kind of wanted the wind to look like it's going around the area where the Haki lightning is hitting. So basically to make it seem like the wind is circling around the lightning. But I also used different shapes and sizes of the pen to give to make the viewer feel a certain feeling of distance. So like the thinner the pen is, the further away you feel the wind is, whereas the thicker brushes are way more forward, which makes it seem like the wind is really in your face. So and it looks cool. I also use different shades of purple and blue, and maybe a bit of pink here and there, so that it looks like the wind is being highlighted by the colors coming from the lightning. But going back to the circle looking thing, it really did help me get my direction. The curve kind of helps with the direction of the wind. It's almost as if the wind has meaning because instead of it just going everywhere, it's actually flowing from one end to the other. And I actually liked the outcome because I wasn't sure if this was going to look good or not in motion, but I'm actually quite surprised and I like the way it looks. So I'm gonna play it fully and maybe add a few background effects here and there. Okay, so I thought that was pretty good. I like the wind effects. I think they work well, and yeah, I'm gonna move on now to the next one. So I want to work on Shanks over here. It looks okay, but it's just the lighting. I feel the color red from his red lightning haki bolts. I feel like they need more oomph. I feel like the red needs to be brighter. I'm gonna select a soft brush and then I'm gonna gently tap around Shanks just to add that little bit of red coming from him. I might decrease the opacity of the red so it's not too strong, and I'll just dab it around him, maybe around the lightning, just a little bit, just so we can get that red for Shanks. And I don't think I need to play this one. I think it's gonna work. It's gonna work well. It looks good. It looks good. So that's the end of the video. I had to leave the library to go to the gym. And even when I was at the gym, I thought I would do a little bit of, animating while I waited for my friend. But it wasn't anything substantial that I could post. So I just sat there and watched instead. Anyway, I think that was a really good video. If you guys like me posting videos like that, let me know. I'll post more. And yeah, I like to do videos like that where I share my process with you guys. Okay, I'm absolutely exhausted right now. I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys some other time. See ya.